So the question is this crochet or knitting in disguise? Let's find out. So guys, there has been a lot of curiosity where Tunisian crochet is concerned. And I, for one, have been super curious about it. I have been loving the stitches that I've been seeing online in several YouTube tutorials, and I just wanted to give it a whirl. As a matter of fact, just in case any of you were wondering, I haven't gotten started with my temperature blanket. And one of the reasons I hadn't started is because I was feeling like I wanted to do a Tunisian crochet with the temperature blanket, because I felt like if I did a Tunisian crochet with the temperature blanket, it would make it more exciting for me. Hence, I would want to do it on a daily basis and I wouldn't get bored with this year-long project. But anyway, that is a discussion for another video. But anyway, I purchased this Tunisian crochet set. Look how beautiful it is. Can y'all see that? Can you see that? And I'm going to leave the link in the description below where I got this from, or either I'll tell you, I'll leave it somewhere on the screen here where I got it from Amazon, but I'll leave you the link of where I got it from. But how nice is that? Now it came with the case. The case isn't as cute. It's just functional. Okay, so this is the case that it came in. Not really cute. It's got like a little pocket inside there. That's the case. And then it came with all these attachments. Now, just to show you how these attachments work. Now, I'm new at this. I'm not a veteran by far. I'm new at this. So I don't know the name of everything. But I do know that these are the cords that go on, and they come in different lengths. So I rolled them up here so they'll be nice and neat. But they're different lengths. And so typically, the length of your cord, whatever the length of your cord is what the length of your project will be. So let me take the shortest cord so you can see it. So let's say I'm using this particular cord on the end of one of my hooks. That means my project can't be any bigger than that. Okay? Because that's the length of my cord. Because as it's almost crochet, Tunisian crochet is just like knitting. So you're putting all those loops on your cord. So eventually you're going to run out of space. The longest cord I have here is, I think, this one. This is the longest cord I have there. And I know what you're probably thinking and or saying. That's not long enough to do a temperature blanket. Well, haha. Guess what? In this little packet of doohickeys, so we gonna call them for now, that they gave us, there's stoppers in here. There's stuff so that these can actually link up and connect together. How about that? Hence, enabling me. So if I connected them, I'm dropping them. Well, pretend I didn't drop it. I will catch the other one. Connecting them. Now look how long. So if these are connected at these 2 points, look how long it is now. So now it's long enough to do a temperature blanket. So I'm going to take the biggest hook out here just so you can see it better. So at the end of the hook, there's like a little hole, little opening there. And then this goes in it. But if you look close, see that little hole right there? Right there, that little hole? You stick this in here, or you screw it in. It screws in. It screws in just like that. And then inside this little pouch, which it's very secure. I'm not even sure why they give it to you. Maybe, once I become more familiar, more versed in Tunisian crochet, I can explain it better. But anywho, I do know, I did read up, that this little hook goes in here in that little hole to lock it in place. I don't know, to lock it in place. There, that's what I know. And then at the end of your hook here, these little round things that's different colors. See, there's a blue one, two pink ones, and a red one. Let's grab the pink one, one of the pink ones. The pink one goes right here on the end. So here's the end, and you just screw it in, just like I did on the other end, just like that. So then when I'm putting my loops on here, they'll hit the stopper and they won't fall off on the other end. And then you have your Tunisian crochet hook. Now, I really didn't want to crochet with this big hook, but I'm going to tell you what they did recommend. They did recommend that when you get a skein of yarn and you're crocheting in Tunisian crochet, let's say this one says this is the worsted yarn size 4, and it's telling me to use a size 5 hook. I've been told that you should go up 2 sizes. The reason being is that there's a lot of space that's needed in between Tunisian crochet. You know how some people crochet tight and some people crochet loose. I'm a tight crocheter. So if you need to go up to 2 sizes to enable you to get back in between the stitches, because you're going in them once, and then when you come back, I think there's a forward pass and a backward pass in Tunisian crochet, and so you're going back through the stitches again. So you need space in order to go through the stitches. Now I'm just going, you know what? We're going to use a little one. We're going to use a little one right here. This one. And I'm for now. So it asks for a size 5. Let's see. We'll get a 7. We'll get a 7. Okay. So here's the 7 hook. Look at there. Look how it's monogrammed on there. These are so nice. They're super pointy at the end right there, which makes it even better for you to do your Tunisian crochet. Now, I did practice this before I got on here with you guys. So, and I really like the stitches. I practiced 2 stitches, and just to give you a quick look at the stitches. Here, these are 2 basic stitches. So if you look here, I did, so right, there's 1 row of 1 stitch, 2 rows of this first stitch, and this is the Tunisian basic stitch. I forget what this one is called, but look how it resembles knitting. You know, like, are we crocheting or are we knitting? It's almost like you're getting the best of both worlds. You're getting the best of the having a knitting look, but with the ease of doing it in crochet. So that's the front of it. So this almost looks like a weave down here, and this looks like a little box weave at the bottom. But this down here, these 2 are the basic crochet. I have to look up what these are. I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure if I look it up, I'll put it over here in the corner and let you know. But that's the back. That's the front of it, and this is the back of it. So the top part almost looks like a little ribbing up top, and that's the one with the weave looking. And down here it looks a little tighter. But isn't that nice? Isn't that nice? Let me tell you something. Tunisian crochet is so simple. So simple. Please, you want to do it. And just, I know we're not talking about yarn today. And I'm not a big fan of Red Heart yarn, but I picked up this Red Heart yarn and look at what was waiting for me. You see that? You see that? I am not mad at that, okay? Way to go, Red Heart. Way to go. Yes. Look, make all our schemes just like this one. Anywho, so I'm just going to use a little bit of this here. I'm gonna do a little slip knot. And I'm gonna do about, let's see, we don't want to make this. I'm gonna do about 5 chains here, okay? Say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's do 7, 6, and 7. Okay. So, Maybe oh, well, here we go. But at least I was able to get it without having to search for it. But anywho, oh, no, it don't have a knot in it. Did I talk too quick? Oh, look at it. What is that? Oh my goodness. You know what? Let's put this down. We ain't got time for that. Look, I'm used to frogging. Excuse me. Look. And now the chains are already done. So here's the chains. I have about, let's see, how many chains did I do here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 chains. So there's 9 chains here, okay? So in your chains, what you want to do is locate that back bump. Okay, so we're going to be working in the back bump instead of the front. Okay, so I'm going to take my crochet stitch, and all I'm doing is I'm going through the back bump. Okay, so I'm going to skip the first one that's there. I'm skipping this first one right here, right there, and I'm going to go straight into that one right there. Okay, so if I go into that second back bump, going into that second back bump, I'm yarning over and I'm pulling up a loop. That's it. This was my slips. This was my last hook, my last, whatever. Okay, that's it. That's it. Then I'm going to go into the next back bump right there. See it? Go into that next back bump, yarn over, pull up a loop. Next back bump. Oh, yarn over, pull up a loop. That's it. I'm just going straight through these back bumps, yarn over, pull up a loop. Yarn over, pull up a loop. Yarn over, pull up a loop. And now I'm at the very last one right there, and I'm going to go through there. And I'm going to yarn over and pull up a loop. So I should have just as many loops on my crochet stitch as that I chained. As 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I mean, I said 8 or 9. I don't remember. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, it was 8. I'm sorry. So it's 8. 8 chains, and there's 8 loops I have on here. Now when this is a forward pass. Now when we go back to take these off, it's called the backwards pass. So on the first backwards pass, we're just going to take off 1 loop. So we're going to yarn over, and we're going to take off 1 loop. That's it. That's it. The rest, we're going to take off 2 at a time. So I'm going to yarn over, take off 2. That's it. Yarn over, yarn over, take off another 2. Yarn over, take off another 2. Yarn over, take off another 2. And you're going to do this until you have 1 loop left on your crochet needle. Take off another 2. I have 3 left. Yarn over, take off another 2. I have 2 left. Yarn over, and take off those last 2. Look at that. So then as I go back through, what you're going to do is you're going to skip this first stitch, but see these bars in front right here? You're going to yarn over, and you're going to go through that front bar just like that. Wait, not yarn over. Did I yarn over? No, I'm going to go through that first. Lord, I don't forgot. No, you don't yarn over first. Sorry. I'm a beginner. I said it in the title. I'm a beginner. my my goal here is not technically to show you how to crochet. There's other tutorials for that. I just want to show you the simplicity of it. So these little bars here, we're just going in those bars and pulling up another loop. So I'm gonna go through that front bar, pull up a loop. That's it. The next bar, see, pull up a loop. See, next bar, pull up a loop. See, next bar, pull up a loop. I think I messed up in somewhere in there. Next bar, I think I did. Let me. Oh boy, here we go with the frogging. Let me. Wait a minute. I think I messed up somewhere. But anywho, let me do it again. Don't go nowhere. Be patient with me. I'm a beginner. I'm a beginner. So I'm gonna go back here. But the whole point that I'm trying to make here is that this is so simple. And if I did a temperature blanket using Tunisian crochet, do you know how quick I would be able to get through one line of crochet? Like, I'm I really want to do. I just haven't been to the store to get my yarn. And then I had some other problems too. We'll talk about that another time. But anywho, so let me take off I'm gonna take off my one like I said. Now I'm gonna take off two. Yarn over, take off another 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 two. And yarn over, take off the last two. There we go. That looks a little better. All right. And then I'm gonna go through the front bars. So all you do is go through these front bars here, just the front bar. So you skip this first one right there and you go through that second one. So I'm gonna go through that second bar, yarn over, pull up a loop. The next one, yarn over, pull up a loop. The next one, yarn over, pull up a loop. The next one, yarn over, pull up a loop. Yarn over, pull up a loop. Now on the last one, here's the last one. I'm at the last one. Instead, what we're going to do is, let me show you. I'm going to go through these two right here. Those top pieces right there. The whole end. And that's to make your end neat. So instead of just going through the front bar on the end, I'm going to go through those two. Can you see that I went through those two? In other words, I'm going to pull up a loop from those two. So I'm pulling up a loop from those two. Okay. There. And I have all my loops on the hook. See? Remember, now when I go back, my backwards pass, I'm going to take off one the first time. Just one the first time. Just that one. Wait a minute. Yeah, I'm going to yarn over and take off one the first time. The rest of the time, I'm going to take off two. So yarn over, take off two, 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 yarn over, take off two. And you can see, now you can see that first box we did there. And when I pass through it again, then you'll be able to see the weave that I had showed you the first time. But this is so simple. If you are the least bit curious about Tunisian crochet, I say jump in. Now, let me tell you, don't make the mistake that I made. The mistake that I made is I was so excited that instead of reading up on it and finding about it, I just jumped in and bought some Tunisian crochet hooks from off Amazon too. And I'm gonna put them right here in this corner, the ones I bought. Now, mind you, they were nice. They were straight. I mean, as nice as a basic crochet Tunisian hook could be. But what I found out was the longest needle was as big as my project was gonna be. Hence, it wasn't long enough. That was before I knew about these cords, or I didn't know. That the project can only be as long as the hook could hold. So, in other words, my project wouldn't have been no longer than these hooks. So, I sent it back, and I ordered this after watching a few videos. But I'm super excited to do something with this Tunisian crochet set. Um, Hopefully, you guys will join in with me. Let me know how you feel about Tunisian crochet. Do y'all know how to do it? Am I the only one? Are y'all curious? Like, I want to do, now don't get me wrong, I knitted years ago, and it's not fun. I mean, not to me. Now, I'm not saying anything bad about anybody out there who knits. I'm just telling you what it was for me way, way, way back when. Like, I like to be able to do stuff, and like, it was just too much thinking, too much having to pay attention. And I imagine just like crochet, once you do it after a while, you can do it without looking. I never got that far. Now, have I made stuff knitting? Yes. I even have a knitting machine that I think I touched maybe 2 times, and it's collecting dust in there. But that's a story for another day, too. But I would like to have the benefits of knitting without knitting. And that's what Tunisian crochet is. And there are some beautiful Tunisian crochet projects out there, and beautiful Tunisian crochet stitches out there. A plethora of them. Like, it's not like it's just one, two, or three. I mean, like a lot, a lot. So I'm anxious to get started. I'm anxious to start my temperature blanket, even though I'm a month late, but so what? That's my business. I can be late if I want. I'll get in there. But anyway, that's my goal, to do Tunisian crochet with my temperature blanket. But I'm also going to look into Skillshare too, because I want to really learn how to do some nice projects with my Tunisian crochet, and I want to really be well versed in it. But tell me how you feel about it. Has anybody done any Tunisian crochet projects? If so, let me know. You can share them. Put a link down there. Let us see. But anyway, happy crocheting, happy Tunisian crocheting.